Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a review for WandaVision episode 1 and 2, which just dropped on Disney+. Lethal Lightning, Raging Rhino and I got together and watched it, so a full Aussie watch along. So you can check out my thoughts as well on Lethal Lightning's channel, and I'll put that link in the description. And we all had some thoughts about it, but here's my take. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this video out, and let's get into it. The show's fucking weird, let's be honest. So the first thing we saw when we opened up on episode 1 was like a kind of weird 1960s sitcom looking style, which we knew it was going to be. Black and white, and looked kind of like a Bewitched / I Dream a Genie style. The style for me was cool to see for a little bit, and then once it got to the end of the second episode, I was getting a bit tired of the black and white whole theme. What I thought of it as a show, probably just about mid-range, maybe just above, maybe 6. At first episode, a 6 out of 10. Not really know what much of the setting is. Like, Wanda seems like she doesn't know anything about where she is or why she's there or how she got there. And you find that out with Vision as well when he goes to work. He's at work and he says, so what do we do? It's like, I don't know. And he says, what do we make? We produce stuff. What do we produce? He's like questioning his reality and like what he's doing for a job. But then he just goes along with it because that seems like that's his life. And it is the old Vision that we see with the Mind Stone still from pre-Infinity War when Thanos took it out of his head. So that begs the question, how is he still in that form? Now, the dinner scene when Vision's boss and his wife go over to their house for dinner, Wanda's trying to cook food, and then she has to use kind of her magic, but like try and keep it on the down low. And then she finally gets dinner served, and the problem I had was when his boss was choking on his food at dinner, Vision just reached his hand in and grabbed it out. As he can go through objects. But then in the second episode, we saw Vision accidentally swallow a piece of gum, and then he turns up to the talent show like he's drunk or something, and then Wanda has to get it out of him by using magic. He couldn't just grab it out of his own body. Like, that didn't make sense. Like, there's a contradiction. You can kind of see the world start to crack open or break apart, their reality, when Wanda finds a colorized helicopter in the colors with Iron Man colors, the red and gold, and it's a helicopter that's sitting out the front yard, like laying in the bushes. So she picks it up, and that's kind of the first hint that things aren't as they seem. So the first ad you see in the show is an ad for a toaster, and then it ends up being a Stark Industries toaster, which is like, okay, there's a nod to Stark Industries. So the second ad we saw was one for a watch, but it also said Strucker on it, which is a reference to Baron Strucker, who created Wanda and Pietro, the Maximoff twins, before Age of Ultron. And it also has the Hydra symbol in the middle. There's a nod to the MCU's long-running villains in this show, Hydra. The most intriguing part of this whole show is that Wanda's being called to by somewhere else is calling into the whatever it is, the TV or the radio, where it says, Wanda, who's doing this to you? So I don't know how they're speaking to her, how they're communicating with her, and where they are actually in, which is that's the most intriguing part, is saying, going forward, what is actually going on and where are they in this universe or in the multiverse maybe even, because this is supposed to lead into Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness. So it was kind of like Bewitched when they're at the talent show, the magic show, and Vision just starts using his powers and just lifts himself off the ground into the air, and then everyone's like in amazement, stunned, and then Wanda has to be like quickly do some magic behind the scenes, just wave her fingers, and then a rope appears out of nowhere, and then it makes it look like he's being pulled up by ropes. So there's magic within magic in the magic show. Also, when he picked up the old school heavy piano, and then Wanda says, oh, it's all just a magic, it's all just a trick, and then she picks it up, and then it turns out she turns it into a cardboard cutout of a piano. When she sees the beekeeper looking dude, she says no. And then Lethal Lightning also pointed this out during the viewing, where he said that's kind of like House of M, where she says no more mutants, and then everything just rewinds and there's no mutants exist. So this is kind of what happens here, where she sees the sword logo and the beekeeper and she says no, and then everything just rewinds and resets to when they're back in the house, and then it goes colorized and then ends. So she can reset time and events, which is the most intriguing part. Like, Where are they? How is she be able to do all this? Where are they going to go from here? So you can also see at the very end when she rewinds time that she looks pregnant, and then the scene ends the second episode. Man, this is a total... Who knows where Marvel's going with this, but very intriguing, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of it and explaining more of it. Lucky they dropped these first 2 episodes, because if they dropped that first episode, everyone would have been like, what in the... The second one kind of softened the blow of the first one, which was just so out there, and kind of gave us a little bit more of a hint of where we're going, but not really. But very much looking forward to the next episode and see how we go from there and the rest of the season. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video out there, and I'll see you in the next one.